All right, so next thing we're going to do are the roofs, right? And we're going to make it super simple. We're just going to do one roof. Um, and that means that I need two ellipses here that are going to represent the bottom and the top. And I also need sort of decided to use this guy as the plane. We're going to simplify that. So that's going to be the bottom of our roof plane right there. So you can see it kind of here. Let me delete these guys. So there's the bottom roof plane, right? And then the top roof plane, we actually have the top of the wall that's coincident with the top of the roof. So we'll go ahead and do that first. It's the easiest. Let me turn these curves off. Um, and I'll turn structure off so we can see it. But I'm just going to use this to offset to make the outer curve. I think I actually already have one. I'll just delete it. And if you do a distance here, we won't have to set up a plane or anything because that ellipse is already drawn in the plane, but it's like, we'll just say 4.5 feet. So I'll just offset this. Whoops, let's type in 4.5, right? And gives us that. So if I turn off the roof, right, I've got that as the top of the roof. And then for the bottom of the roof, let's go ahead and delete these guys. I'm just going to use um, the floor and maybe offset it a little bit. Let's go ahead and delete that to get the, and then project it onto this plane that I made here. So if I go into curve and curve from objects, I can just duplicate the edge of this guy, right? Grab that guy and grab that guy, and then let's join them, and then let's close them, make sure they're closed. Whoops. Finish that, and then join them, and then close them. So now we've got a couple of closed curves there. And then what we're going to need to do is project it up to sort of this plane here. And maybe scale it depending on how it ends up lofting. So we'll sort of fiddle with that. But the plane that we want to bring it up to is this guy right here. You see that line. And so if I do another line here, the endpoint, and draw it over there, I can then go in and go to my C-planes and do a 3-point C-plane and just pick the intersection and 1 and 2, and it'll set that C-plane. And then I can draw a plane there. So if I just go to plane and make sure I'm in the view that I set the C-plane in, I can come and draw a plane and it'll draw it right in that view. So you can see it over here. You can see it over here. And you just need to make sure that it covers the area that you want. So if I come over here and pick this guy, maybe I move it back a little that way so it's covering, so I'll get the whole projection plane in, right? And then I can just go to project, right? And I want to project this line this curve up onto this plane. Oops. Right, and it'll project that curve up onto that plane. So the next thing I'll do is, let's just delete this plane for right now. Right, and let's turn off the floor. It's a little annoying. And then what I want to do is kind of loft these two. So if I grab these two and loft them, you can see that it'll loft it. And I want to turn the structure back on because you see how the structure is kind of peeling through over here, like it's pushing through. So we need to push this, either the bottom one out or the top one out. I'm going to leave the top one and just sort of maybe scale the bottom ellipse out, right? I mean, I guess we could scale the whole thing, like if we scale that, right, just to get it out, of the thing. This one's going a little far, but maybe that's good enough. It's kind of up to you. You can play around with it however you want, right? So now we have this sort of plane that's going through, and I can pick this guy and I can go to File, Export Selected, and I'll just take it out as 3D roof and click Save, say yes. take it out as 2007 solids. And then when we come back, we'll bring it into Revit and put, a divided surface on there and put some adaptive components on it.